Hey, it's Jay in the workshop today. I had a thought this week. I saw these really cute little earrings that were like little swords inscribed with the polyhedrals that we use for dice. And I said to myself, I said, you have this little dice mold that you bought ages ago and couldn't figure out what you wanted to do with tiny dice. So it sat unused. What if we made tiny dice and put them in a tiny sword, and maybe we can make earrings out of them? So that's the plan for today. We're just going to go ahead and use UV resin and make some quick and dirty little dice here, and see if we can make a little sword earring or pendant to go with it. Okay, so let's get started.
This is my intro song, why don't you sing along? Hey, let's see what's up this week, Shop J.
First things first, we need to design the file that we are going to use to cut the sword out of a little piece of wood. I have tons of scrap wood laying around the shop, and this ends up being a really fun way to use them up, to make little bits and bobs and pieces and see if it's a thing. Is this a thing? I don't know. We're going to find out. And the only way to find out if something's a thing is to mess around, as they say. But yeah, so mostly it's just a matter of combining sword shapes together and getting that sword point on there and getting all the pieces merged into one piece. And the next part after this is getting the cutouts for the little dice where I want them seated, after I put on a little loop at the top so we can attach hardware if we need to. And then onward to more circles, because who doesn't love a circle within a circle? Everything is a flat circle, time is a flat circle, and these are also going to be flat circles. And mostly it's just a matter of getting them lined up in a row and getting them spaced out so they look nice on the piece. And hopefully these will cut out and we'll be able to nest each individual little die in there. And then lastly I decided it was a little plain looking, so we'll just put a little embellishment on the crossbar, and time to cut. Now this was actually super fun because it was a super fast cut. A lot of times it's an hour, half an hour, even 20 minutes, but this was literally less than 60 seconds to cut out of that scrap wood. And as you can see, it popped off beautifully. I didn't even have to fuss with it. All the pieces came apart, which is exactly what I wanted. And the next step is to then get the tape peeled off, so we can look at that really pretty clean wood underneath, and then get it stuck on a piece of packing tape, because the next bit's going to include some UV resin. And packing tape is a great backing for working with UV resin. It peels right off, the resin doesn't bond to it, but it didn't work. It was too small and the pieces didn't fit, so I just sized the piece up a bit bigger, and you can see now that the pieces fit marvelously. So we're going to go ahead and finish this slightly bigger piece, once again sticking it to a piece of packing tape, and you can see the size comparison there as we fill it in full of that UV resin and get all those little dice pieces stuck right in there. And then we're just going to pop those dice in there in descending order, the D20, D12, 2D10, the D8, the D6, and that tiny D4. And then we're going to go ahead and dome up the back just to make sure everything is extra secure, and hit it with that UV flashlight to really get everything sealed in there. And we're good to go. Finally back in my comfort zone of things not going to plan and not turning out the way that I wanted them to. Yay! Yeah, so I did end up messing with the tiny sword, as you saw, and like that's, I mean, it's cute, don't get me wrong, made a little rainbow sword out of it, and I could definitely put a little hardware on the top, and it's a bit long for dangly earrings for me, but maybe someone's into that, but too tiny for my tiny dice, and I can't really make my dice any tinier without them like being ridiculously impossible. So the bigger sword here, just for comparison, you can see the two sizes together. Okay, so and if this was already a little bit big for earrings, like I think at this point we're way off the charts. And again, I know some people like chunky earrings, but I'm not catering to some people, I'm catering to me, so I'm trying to make it work. But so conceptually we did get there. We did get the little inserts in the swords, we did get them popped in so that you have basically every polyhedral going down the blade of the sword. It's technically a success, but I don't think we exactly landed what we were aiming for. But you know what? You tell me in the comments what you would use this, if you would just wear it as a necklace, or what you would love to have a sword dice for, a little piece like that. let me know. In the meantime, of course, if you want to see more content, I'm rolling my eyes. But if you want to see more content, like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get the notifications when we upload every Friday. Of course, the main thing I want you to do is remember to take your meds, okay? I'm threatening you with a tiny wooden sword. Take your meds. And if we make nothing else, successes or failures, we can definitely make it a great day, all right? Peace. Gotta give a quick shout out to my homies over at my Patreon, patreon.com/jdot. Without these people, I would not be making these videos, so it's absolutely incredible the way they help out. Go on over and check out the rewards you can get every month, but in the meantime, remember, shop hot, shop jdot.